Welcome back. This is the Sundaze Brunch podcast. I am Bobby Matz.
I am Ryan Bronson. This is episode 2. Welcome to brunch.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Glad you can make it. Glad you weren't late. Just to get it off the top, we did not come through with the pancakes this week. Ryan and I had a team discussion this morning and just realized that pancakes were just a horseshit call. Sorry for everyone that voted. I mean, I myself voted pancakes, but I was a different person a couple of days ago. You know what I'm saying? So.
I just wasn't feeling that extra heavy and all that sugar this morning.
Hey, but we got the mimosas. That's all that matters, right?
We do got the mimosas. I got a mimosa light. We out here thriving, living clean, something like that.
Hey, speaking about mimosas, you want to know what goes hand in hand with mimosas? Fine women. Fine women go hand in hand with mimosas because I don't know what it is. It's just you see them at their best at brunch, bro. You see them at their best.
And they do love a mimosa.
That's what I'm saying. And then what comes after brunch, man?
You get dessert before lunch.
All right. Anyway, so we're going to jump straight into the first topic of today. It is a long-term discussion. Everybody's been asking the question for decades, right? You a butt guy, you a boob guy, man.
Man, I think this one depends on the day.
Depends on the day, he says.
Yeah, you can't get like a solid answer for this one. Someday I'm like ass. Other days I'm like, but them titties though. It's a day by day basis. I really don't think it's a debate. I don't think one's any better than the other.
No, so you're telling me that on any given day, like just an ass won't do it for you. It could be anything. Tits won't just do it for you. It could be ass or tits. So you're versatile.
Yeah, I mean, look at it this way. If one day you're hungry, right? And you have the option for pizza or you have ice cream, and then the pizza's not on the table. Ice cream's not a bad, like.
Wait, why isn't pizza on the table?
Just like because you can't see the ass and the titties at the same time.
Hear me out. But you can always grab the titties from behind.
That's true.
You can always grab the titties from behind.
This is true. You're right.
You know what I'm saying? I myself, though, I'm going to just come out and say I'm an ass dude, bro. I'm an ass dude, hands down. Monday through Sunday. You know what I'm saying? 7 days a week. I'm here 365. On the leap year's 366. Come see me. But now, bro, I mean, like, I'm not going to sit here and be like, yeah, like this girl could just be like, nothing. Like, dude, I need something, like, yo, small tit girls, bro, they got devil energy in them. Small titty girls got devil energy in them. They always be having white nails and they always be ruining your life, but you let them, man, because, man, I don't know what it is with them small titty girls. But, yeah, no, dude. I mean, like, don't get me wrong. Boobs are nice. Boobs are really nice.
I mean, I'm a big fan, personally.
But, I mean, dude, I could wake up in the morning sad as the color blue. And there could just ass right there, man. Bro, I'm going to be rising with the sun. I'm going to be rising, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, if that ass is bang right there, stop.
But that, like, that hand on a titty cuddling, though.
Hey, hand on the titty cuddling. Hey, that's underrated. It is underrated.
You can't do hand on an ass cheek cuddling.
100% you can. 100%
I mean, you can, but like, it ain't the same.
I mean, nah, it's not the same. That's like saying, bro, I just had French fries the other day. They didn't taste anything like the mozzarella sticks. No shit. Like, it's two different things. But
side note, can we normalize mozzarella sticks with brunch?
Dude, mozzarella sticks any time of the day. Any time of the day. If you want to wake up and throw in mozzarella sticks, you're going through something, But I'm not going to judge you because I will eat those mozzarella sticks with you.
Bruh, I'd just be having a great day if I start my day with mozzarella sticks.
Bro, I'm here to support friends.
I'll drink to that.
Hey. But yeah, dude. Anybody that's watching, send in to the Instagram or the Twitter. We will tag our handles here. Right, go ahead and do that with the editing.
Yeah, we gonna do that. But while we hopping on that topic of mozzarella sticks, here's the real question of the day.
Interesting.
If it's not mozzarella sticks, what are your go-to high snacks?
Ooh. Well, lo and behold, sorry to cut you off like that. I got one of my favorite high snacks right here in front of me because I got it while, I went on a journey last night. Bang, right here, baby.
What the fuck is that?
Bro.
Bon Appetit cheesecake?
Yeah, dude. I don't know. I got it when I was going on a spiritual journey one day. And bro, this shit slaps like an abusive stepfather. Like, dude.
I ain't never heard that one before.
No trigger warning. But this shit slaps. It's good. It's good as fuck. It's not actual cheesecake, obviously, but it's actual cheesecake. It's just a different cheesecake. I don't know. It's weird to explain, but you just gotta try it. And when you try it, like, dude, you know what pound cake tastes like?
Yeah.
Imagine pound cake, but like better.
I'm intrigued.
Yes. Try it, bro. Try it. Yeah, but besides that, dude, high snacks, gummies.
That's fair.
Gummies, bro. I don't know.
Something about that extra chewing, dude.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, like, one of mine, like, personal is Milk Duds, dude. I don't know why.
Milk Duds, but it's a caramel, bro.
Milk Duds when I'm high, bro. I just be smashing them.
Bro, you want to know in old school, this is like old school, like back when Dare was telling us not to do drugs. Sugar daddies, bro.
Bro, I forgot about those.
Sugar daddies. Bring back the champion. Put some respect on the name. You know what I'm saying? Sugar daddies, bro. If you ain't never had them, you ain't living.
I don't know a whole lot about sugar daddies, but if there's any old women out there that try to pay me, I'm down to be a sugar baby.
Hey, at that part, I'm in LA. What's up, baby?
Where that money at?
I don't even care about money. I just want company. But yeah, so like gummies, yo, pro tip on the gummies. If you ain't never done this, do yourself a favor. Treat your high self when you're sober. Get your favorite gummy beforehand. Put it in the freezer.
In the freezer?
Put it in the freezer.
Gummy in the freezer.
Put gummy in the freezer.
Why?
You can put any gummy in there. I started out doing this in grade school with gummy fruits, like the gummy snacks.
Bro, what?
Bro, it makes them super fucking chewy.
I mean, I can respect it because I like put all my fucking candy in the freezer.
Ooh, speaking of that.
What you got in your freezer, boy?
I got a Snickers in my fridge.
Hey.
But yeah, I don't know. Cold candy is just good, bro. Or like frozen Pop-Tarts.
Okay. See, I'm a Milk Duds, and then I'm like a
put your Milk Duds in the freezer.
Dude, bro, I did that the other day. I should have known better. I did this shit the other day.
Your tooth, did you?
I damn near thought I was eating my tooth.
I can hear that crunch and then look at you.
Bro, I couldn't even be mad at it because I just bit it. I was like, should have fucking known.
It's a bold move to see how it plays out for him, Cotton.
Bro, but Carmelo bars when you high and they in the freezer?
Mellow bars. Hey. You want to know what's an absolute unit of a candy bar?
Oh, God.
A fucking whatchamacallit, dude.
Bruh.
Absolute unit. Nobody. When's the last time you saw any advertising for anything of a whatchamacallit? Nah, that shit just straight street value, street cred.
It's It's like, you know, if you know, you know.
Literally. I'll never forget the first time I ever had a whatchamacallit. My mom had got it. I think I was like 14. Never had one in my life. So I'm gonna get a whatchamacallit.
Who?
And I kind of like looked at her. I was like, what do you mean?
Because what do you mean a whatchamacallit? Like, is it actually like a whatchamacallit? Like, are you looking for the actual name?
Yeah, exactly. Because, you know, like back home, I don't know, everybody calls a whatchamacallit anything. A whatchamacallit could be anything.
It really could.
And she's like, no, it's a candy bar. And dude, I was like, nah.
And you're like, Mom, huh? And you tried it and you're like,
dude. And then I tried it and I was blown away.
Life
Instantly
changed.
Life changed, bro. Cottonmouth, son.
Cottonmouth, that's what the mimosa's for, a little wake and bake.
I like the bubblies on my tongue. Anyway, Ryan, what's yours? What is your favorite high snack after you take that fresh hit clean of the pipe, the bong, the
well,
blunt,
like I said, big fan of the Milk Duds. I'm a big chip guy.
Big chip guy. A lot of passion in that one.
A lot of passion in the chips. I'd be smashing the chips. I remember when we were kids, bro, and I would get high as shit around you, and I would just be loud as fuck with the chip bag, and you would just start throwing shit at me. Like, can you not open the bag?
Bro, I don't know how anybody could make a chip bag as loud as you made it, but you performed a whole damn orchestra with this chip bag on a nightly basis. Anytime you were just over there in the corner, it's like,
bro, I couldn't get them open.
Why are you so goddamn loud?
Probably because I had just eaten a fucking dandy sub or a dandy pizza. My hands were greasy and couldn't get the shit open.
It'd be hilarious too, because you would have like a quest on just opening the bag in itself.
Oh, by the time I got the bag open, I needed more chips.
Dude. And then like you would like go into the bag, you'd be like reaching your hand like you're trying to get inside of a claw machine and the whole way in there. You'd be like, and you come out with crumbs and dude, it was I was just watching like,
bro, every time I would stand up, just puddle of crumbs. We were idiots. We were straight idiots.
Bro, how many times did we clear a sleeve of chicken patties in a night? And especially when Mama B would come through with them spicy chicken patties.
Oh, bro, we would smash the whole sleeve. Do you remember how many fucking straight, just the big bags of chicken nuggets that we would crush in a night?
Pierogies.
Bro, I would smash some pierogies right now.
All right, I need to stop thinking about food. High snacks. What are your favorite high snacks?
Yeah, tweet us and tell us your favorite high snacks, because I mean, I'm just down to try some new shit. You know what I mean?
That part.
Always here for the high snacks.
Because, dude, there is nothing more genuinely just like pleasing than trying a new snack.
Just trying, yeah, like trying a lot of things while when you just.
I mean, yeah, but like there are some stuff that's better done sober.
I mean, yeah, I guess so. Drugs are bad.
Sorry, Mom.
Speaking of drugs, one of the highest times that I've ever been is
drugs. Love them.
I mean, I don't do drugs. I just smoke weed. But
liar. You're high off life.
That's true. That whole life shit, it's addicting. But
what about that one time that we were in the desert and you were doing peyote?
I really must have never been there, because I ain't never been to a desert, bro.
Could you imagine? I could imagine.
Oh, you mean you're not gonna pop that banana off and just eat it like they do in all the TikToks? Shake that shit around a million times. Roll a fucking banana dice.
I got to see it through, my boy.
Nah, but speaking of high snacks, one of the highest I think either of us have ever been was that time that we opened for Wiz. What is your recollection of that point in our careers and that time and that experience?
Oof. That was an intriguing time. Definitely an intriguing time. Huge life change with just the Wiz performance alone.
Mm-hmm.
All that family shit that happened beforehand.
Sure.
Obviously fueled everything.
Oh yeah.
Going into the Wiz show, I remember we were both like, bro, we really did this. We're like, yeah, let's fucking celebrate. Bro, I remember going to the mall, getting all the clothes and all the like shit and necessities for that day, going to the liquor store, and then chilling backstage. We had just dropped, what was it? It wasn't Get 'Em High, was it?
We had just dropped, oh, what the fuck was it?
We had just dropped one of the songs that is like still relevant to this day.
What fucking song was that? Was it Birthday?
I think it was Birthday.
I think it was Birthday.
It was Birthday. And I remember just sitting backstage for like the first few hours while everyone's going through sound check and like Wiz skateboarding off to the side and you going over to get a picture and his bodyguard is being a dick and Wiz is like, bro, chill.
Yep.
And then I remember going on stage and it had rained. It had rained before.
Yeah.
And almost eating shit, bro. Eating shit. Oh my God, I remember that. And dude, that was Ty's first show DJing.
Bro. I had never DJed a show before, just walks out. Make some fucking
Bro, got the crowd going. Shout out Ty. Absolute legend. But yeah, I remember the first song coming out, doing it, and Ty upping the tempo.
Yeah, I'm so glad that we caught on to that. That almost was so bad.
Bro, to look back and see how much sweat was coming off of him. He was stressed, bro.
Bro, so stressed.
He was so stressed. And I remember we just played it off because did we drink half the bottle of the Ciroc or did we crack into the Jaeger?
Dude, between the three of us, I got a bottle of Jaeger for myself because for some reason I thought that was a phenomenal idea.
I got the peach Ciroc.
You got peach Ciroc and Ty got Bacardi.
Oh, that's right.
And then, well, we had finished the Jaeger and the Bacardi before we even went on stage.
And then
you walked out and you chugged the Ciroc, and we finished the Ciroc bottle while we were on stage. Like I remember, like okay, like there was obviously like a lot of like life shit going on at the time, but we were like, we're gonna celebrate this fucking night.
Yo, we celebrated that night, bro.
Yeah, and like it did great things like locally for our career and helped us out quite a bit. But I really remember like the next week or so after that, and we were just like, there is so much work to do.
So much work to do. Because
that is such a fucking high. And I feel like there's a lot of people who will hit that high or hit that milestone of, you know, opening for an idol. And they'll be like, I did it. I'm done.
Yeah. Like I did what I set out to do. And it's like, yeah, if that's what you want, cool.
And like, they're like, okay, like I did it. I can say I did this. I can brag about this. I can talk about this when I'm old and it'll be that story to tell. Like, well, did you ever do this? And you and I were like, we got so much work to do. Because we were like, we want that, but we want them to know every word of our shit. Because that's that's the bizarre thing about an experience like that is like there's this massive crowd of people. They're engaged with you for your energy.
Yeah, 100%. And they're listening to everything you say.
Yes. They're listening to every word that comes out of your mouth, but also in that same breath. One, it's incredible that they're listening to you because they're not even there to see you, you know? And it's also like humbling because they don't know a fucking word. So like there's this many people that are down to vibe with you, but they don't know you. And they know the words of who and they know the words of who who the fans are there to see. So in my head at that time, I was like, okay, so there's this many people out there in this area. Imagine the whole world that are down to just tune in. We got to find a way to reach them so that way people know our words, you know? So it's us doing like those 10,000 people venues and shit. I was like, bruh, if I was hungry before, now I'm famished.
Famished, bro. But man, what a night. What a night. Back to the original question of that Wiz Khalifa night. Definitely, I feel like that was definitely the most like intoxicated, crossfaded, whatever you want to call it, I was while performing. Surprised, honestly, that I remembered all the lyrics.
I'm surprised you didn't fall when you went down and ran through the crowd.
I don't know how I got back up.
Isn't it like kind of bizarre to think that like, and again, like, do we party and do we like show a lot of our partying lifestyle to people? Yes. But it's not like all that we do. But isn't it wild to think like in those moments when we have like our ideas of our like what's next shit? It's like sometimes when we're the most fucking faded, we think and see the most clearly.
Yeah.
It's like a moment of like clarity of like, and then I'm just like, no wonder they didn't want us to get drunk. We might actually see shit for what it really is.
Yo, honestly, I don't know. I'm a firm believer that, you know, like not all drugs are bad for you. You know, if you're curious about something, I'd say try it to an extent. Obviously, don't go out and get yourself hooked or into some like really bad shit. But like recreationally, you know, like you want to take like a psychedelic, smoke a little weed, you know, whatever.
If you get, if that's weed, all of it, I say just research.
Yeah, just do your own research. You know, that's a big thing. That's a good topic, right? You know, do your own research, and it's just like, you know, make sure you know what you're getting yourself into. You know, I don't know. I've seen, oh, dude, so many of our friends just straight up, oh, this is a new drug. Want to try it? Yeah. We don't know. Like we don't know the people. Yeah, like we don't know the person that's giving or offering it to us. We don't know. We know what kind of drug it is, and they're like, yeah. You know,
yeah, like just chasing like a high. Like I think you got to like. There's definitely like medical benefits that have been proven time and time again with like marijuana, and there's been medical benefits proven time again with like microdosing of like some hallucinogens and shit like that. I think it's all like you got to do your own research. You got to figure out, maybe even like consult with people. Like, is this right for me? Like,
bro, there's a ton of research on how like microdosing shrooms correlates and helps with opening up creative pathways and helping creativity and the creative flow and shit like that.
Yeah, I'm sure. And like I've seen a lot of it, and like it's intriguing, but also at the same time, like, and this is why I tell people to research, because I know somebody like me, with the way my mental health is, it would not be a great time for me.
See, dude, that's why I've never done a hallucinogenic.
Yeah, same. And I don't think I ever will.
I don't know. I don't think I ever will unless I feel like really comfortable, I guess. But yeah, I'd be too paranoid that I might go into a bad trip. Yeah. And it would cause me to go into a bad trip.
Yeah, like I said, I think it's some people are great with it, some people are not great with it. And I think it's just know your own body, know your own self. And if you don't know yourself yet, don't try shit.
Dude, and that's it happened with our friends last night. One of our friends, we were in a cipher and they're like, nah, I'm good. And I was like, hell yeah, know your own limits, you know, like,
yeah,
hell yeah. And they kind of just like looked at me like I haven't heard that before.
Yeah, like why?
And I kind of feel like I've seen that before in like friend groups and shit like that. Like, you know, you'll be passing a blunt around or you'll be drinking and shit like that. And like somebody will like know that they're like, yo, like I should probably stop. And like, I don't know, it's just like we live in a culture to where like people are like, nah, keep going. Like they egg you on.
Yeah.
And you know, like if you get enough people being like, yo, yeah, dude, like you got it, you got it, you got it, they're gonna egg you on, they're gonna hype you up, and like you're gonna start to believe, like, yo, yeah, I'm good.
Right, which is very weird to me. Like I've been in situations where like I've been around people doing drugs and then I say no to them and people are like, what are you like too good for us or like good for it? And I'm like, if I was too good to be around you, I wouldn't be around you.
It's just I don't fuck with that.
I just don't want to put that in my body. Like I know my own mental and I know how I react to shit and that's just not for me, but you do you. Like I'm not going to judge you for any decision that you make, but why are you over here judging me for decisions that I make? I just don't think that's a fair exchange.
Yo, I always thought that was funny that like people try to like break the ice with doing drugs in front of somebody for the first time with like them like doing it with them. But if they get denied, they like feel a type of way. And it's like, bro, it's like, I don't care if you do that. As long as you got your shit together and your shit's good. If you want to experiment with your own shit, but your life is still together and you're not like falling apart behind the scenes, go for it, bro.
Yeah, just like you do what you do with your time.
It's not for me. You know, I'm not you. You're not me.
Exactly. You do what you do with your body. I'll do what I do with my body. I just prefer to not do that. And that should be just as okay as you preferring to do that.
Yo, like a lot of people, I feel like they forget a lot of the time that, you know, like we only get one body.
Yeah.
You know, like you should be treating this body, you know, that we have while we're here living like gold, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Like I know
there's some people that straight up just treat their own body like shit. And just because they don't see results now, they're like, I'm good. Like,
right.
And it's like, nah, bro. It's like this, like your body is not here for the short term. Your body is here. It's going to last you your entire life.
Yeah. It's your vessel.
You know, so like what you're doing to it now, like there's still going to be effects yet to come.
Yeah. I remember like one of the like best things, like in my mental health journey that I like, actually my mom gave me this advice. She's like, think of like your body like a plant. And if a plant doesn't have its proper nutrients, is that plant going to grow? No. So, and like, I know you and I both have been like on a journey of eating cleaner, both hitting the gym, like just overall trying to be like cleaner, healthier, just taking care of ourselves. And like the feeling that I get from that, like, I just feel like I'm almost 30, but my body doesn't feel like, other than days that I wake up and my fucking back hurts, my body doesn't feel like I'm like almost 30, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
And like, I think my skin looks better. My teeth look better. My whole fucking everything is just like better. And it's because I made the conscious decision to start taking care of myself, to start watching what I put in my body, to start watching what I do with my body. And I think if a lot of people did that and like literally observed, and everybody's taking care of their body looks different, you know, every body type is different.
100%.
And I think if people found what they did or found what works for them, then I think a lot of people would be a lot happier and feel a lot better. And most importantly, confidence radiates.
Oh, 100%, dude. Like, you can tell a confident person walking into the room.
100%. And what is it Rush says? Have you ever met a confident person offended by another person's confidence?
No, never.
I haven't.
Because, like, a confident person, they may not like you, but, like, they still want you to eat, you know? Like, they are, like, a confident person is not threatened by anybody.
Right. A confident person, you being great at what you do does not affect how a confident person feels how great he can do.
Yeah, no. And like a lot of people take confidence and twist it into cockiness.
Yep.
And
or arrogance.
Like, it's not that. It's just I'm very sure of this.
Right.
I'm very like I will bet a lot on this because I'm that confident in this. And people are like, nah, you're just cocky. It's like, no.
100%. Dude, I hate there's two terms that I hate. term one that I hate is be realistic. But the other one I hate is be humble. Bro.
Be humble.
I fucking hate that term. You know why? Why do I have to dim my shine because you don't? Why do I have to dim my shine because you don't shine at all? You know? Why do I have to make less of myself because you don't think high of yourself? If I walk in a room and I'm on 10 and you're on negative 0.5, that sounds like a you problem.
Yeah, I'm not gonna turn myself down.
No, like I don't want to fucking sit here and be a chameleon to my peers and be any less than myself just because you got a problem with it. If you got a problem with it, you leave. I'm here. I ain't going nowhere.
Bruh, what Drake say in Lemon Pepper Chicken? If you got a problem with me, you gotta walk around it.
Exactly.
You know, like I love like
chances are if you got a problem with me, that problem sits with you. That's
exactly.
Problem.
Like I love the fact that you can literally like you're just you. Like you're doing you. And if anyone else has a problem with that, like but that's on you, dude.
Yup.
That is on you. Like I have done nothing to you. And I love it when it's the people that you don't even know who they are.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, I don't like you. Okay.
Oh, dude, it's the same people who like you and I see it all the time in what we do and where we're from. Like there's people literally who sit there and add us on social media, but don't react with our shit because they're sitting there to observe just in case we make it and do something. So they can be like, yeah, I went to school with them. Yeah, I know them. But they're sitting home in the same bar stool they go to every fucking weekend talking shit about it, you know?
No, exactly. And like, that's the craziest thing too, is like the people that you think would be like your biggest supporters and like people that like you would think they would want to see you make it are the same people that are going to talk shit about you until you make it.
Oh yeah.
It's and wild. Then when you make it, they're gonna be like, yeah, I know that person.
Yep.
Oh, and they're gonna act completely different. It's just like,
yeah, dude. I remember like before I left the area that we're from, like this most recent time, and I would like people would say shit on social media. People would say shit to other people, and it would get back to me. But the same people that I heard saying shit were the same people walking up to me in a bar, be like, you know, I don't really like your style of music, but I respect you going after what you're doing and buying me a shot. Like, you a fake motherfucker.
Yeah, like, I don't know.
Like, I just can't deal with fake. I can't deal with, like, I'm confident in myself. And a lot of people just aren't secure in their, like, you and I are both very confident, very secure human beings. And I think 100%. That's why we come off the wrong way to a lot of people, because we are confident in ourselves. We know who we are. We like who we are. And a lot of people don't like who they are.
Well, and that's the biggest thing is like, dude, since I started painting my nails and shit, I've had a handful of people ask me like, bro, why'd you do that?
Yeah, dude, I'm going to get mine done.
And I'm just kind of like looking at him. And I was like, because I personally, myself, I wanted to do it.
Yeah. And also
and like at the same time, I'm just like, who the fuck cares? Like, it's literally, it's a color.
Yeah.
On a fingernail.
First of all,
like, bro, people lose their mind over this.
Dude, people lose their mind over the dumbest shit.
This.
Yeah.
Like, dude, because why? Like,
first of all, it's my fucking fingernail. Are you doing anything with my fingernails? Are my fingernails on your body? Are my fingernails doing anything to you? No? Then why the fuck you got something to say about it? Is your life that boring? Does your life suck that much that you got to talk about my fingernails?
Yeah, exactly. But like on the opposite hand though, there's also been like the people that are like, yo, that's fucking dope as shit.
Facts. And that's like, the type of people we want
dude,
around.
like Logan, shout out fucking Logan Morrow. Dude's a fucking legend. Absolute unit. He fucking paints his nails too. And he's like an advocate of it. He's like, bro, like if you want to like paint your nails as a grown man, go for it. Like do it.
Facts, dude. I'm getting mine done. I haven't decided what color yet.
Yeah, exactly. But at the same time, it's like, bro, this is the way my logic of thinking went about it. If you want to like do something like that, like if you want to paint your nails, do it.
Facts.
Like, because guess what? if you don't like it, or if you're like, I feel weird with this,
it'll come off.
Take it off. Take it off.
That's what I'm saying. Like
you did it. Like you got that. Like because if you don't do it, that's always gonna be like, man, I want to try.
Why didn't I do that?
You know, and you're always gonna. And it's with the small shit. Like it's like this shit. You know.
Yeah, and that's like that whole like do it just so you can say you did it thing comes back to the other term I hate, which is that be realistic bullshit.
Be realistic is the biggest lie. Be realistic, and it's not that easy.
Be realistic is the dumbest shit I ever heard.
Bro.
Be realistic is the hands down worst advice I've ever been given by any human being on the face of this earth. Be
realistic is literally the sole term you tell somebody when you see that they have an undying passion for something and you're jealous because your passion died a long, long time ago.
Be realistic is the term that people use when they've given up on themselves.
100%, dude.
Be realistic is that term that people use when they don't believe in themselves anymore. But if you want to be realistic, okay, let's be realistic right quick. You do realize, or I'm not obviously not saying you, but I'm to these people who say be realistic. You do realize that it is just as likely for you to fail at what you hate than it is for you to fail at what you love.
Yeah.
You do realize that realistically, your comfortable 9-to-5 that pays you this wage that makes you think you're better than everybody else can go out of business just as fast as your dream can collapse. Yeah, so dude. Why not work on yourself? Why not do what you want to do? Nobody's promised tomorrow. So I don't want to, you spend more than half of your life at your fucking career making money. Why would I want to spend more than half of my life doing some shit that I hate? I don't want to wake up every single day doing dumb shit that I don't want to fucking do. If I don't want to do something, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, especially, and it's for literally somebody that one probably doesn't even know you.
Yeah, making
and
money.
And two, doesn't even care.
Yep.
You know, like
this is dumb. I don't fucking like it, and I just don't choose to live my life that way. I'm gonna do what I want to do when I want to do it, however the fuck I want to do it, and if somebody likes it, great, come along. If somebody doesn't like it, then eat a dick.
Like, dude, when I was up in San Francisco and I was working at that dispensary, the general manager, she said that she had worked, I can't remember for what company, for 8 years. Gave this company 8 years of her life just to get laid off and then never contacted again.
Yeah, dude.
8 years, literally to get ghosted.
Yeah.
By that same company.
Yeah, that shit happens every day. Companies get bought out and they clean house all the time.
And it's just like 8 years. Like 8 years of your life you put towards something that literally was not benefiting you in any way other than A, a paycheck, and B, something you could fucking put on your resume.
Yeah, and chances are, and sure, like if you are building that resume and you're in that place for 8 years and you absolutely love that job and you are happy as fuck doing that job, then good for you. You built that resume. You can do something else that you want to do with that. But if you spent that 8 years being miserable and you were just doing this for a check, then you're probably going to have to go spend another 8 years someplace else to train for whatever you want to do. When really you should find what is something that I absolutely love. How can I buckle down, go all in, and make something of this? Am I saying that means that you need to literally quit all your jobs and have no stream of income while you're doing this? No. Until I was able to like eat off music, I had part-time jobs. It's just when people, I had full-time jobs. And it's just when people have a full-time job and dreams, if you're actually trying to pursue your dreams, you get off your job, you go work on your dream. And a lot of people that complain that they're stuck in that job go home and watch Netflix all day. what's that fucking quote? You're not tired, you're uninspired.
Yep.
Use it within yourself to inspire yourself and get up and go get it. You know what I mean?
Like, dude, one of the biggest things that I have a problem with when it comes to like, I guess just, I wouldn't say having a job, but like working for somebody else. Probably 9 times out of 10, you're gonna get a cap salary.
Yep.
You know, they're literally gonna be like, oh yeah, you know, we can hire you at X amount of dollars, and you can work your way all the way up to X amount of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
If that doesn't scare you right there, you're not seeing the bigger picture.
No, facts, 100%.
They're literally saying like, yo, listen, you can literally put 20 years of your life into this company and you will never make more than that number.
Right. And
that right there, bro, you are literally saying, you know what? The next 20 years of my life is worth that much.
Right.
Huh?
Right.
What?
Oh yeah, people like, and that's
why would you choose that when you have literally the opportunity, the ability, and at any point in time, we live in the perfect time to literally do anything that you can dream of.
Yeah. 100%. I don't remember.
And you can literally have an uncapped salary. You can make as much money as you want to. You can fucking flop and not make anything, or you can become a fucking billionaire.
Right. And honestly,
it's all on how bad, one, you want it, and two, how much work you're willing to put into it. That's it.
100%. And like,
that's it.
That's 100%. And people like, well, like 2 things on that. Like, one, like, money is important to survive, but also I have millionaire friends who are absolutely fucking miserable because they made that millions of dollars doing some shit you hate. So like, you got to find that balance of, I'm making money where I'm comfortable, but I'm also doing something I enjoy. And the other thing is, like, I don't know who said it, but it was like, companies will quote it, and businesses and jobs and bosses will quote it as, I'm paying you this much an hour. Right.
Yeah.
But if you switch your perspective and you look at it, I'm not making this amount of dollars an hour, and look at it as, I'm selling my time for this much.
Yeah.
You begin to start to look at how you make your money a whole lot differently.
Yeah, because like realistically, everyone thinks that we are working for money. And like, I feel like that's where a lot of society has lost sight on what really money is. Mm-hmm. Money is a note.
Yes.
You are getting a note in turn for your time.
Mm-hmm.
Like you aren't being like, yeah, they're giving me this per hour. It's like, no, you're giving an hour per that.
Right.
You are literally looking at the company being like, you know what? An hour of my time is worth $15.
Right.
Bro, you got 24 hours in a day. You sleep at least, if you're healthy, 6 to 8 of that.
Mm-hmm.
So that leaves you with what? 16 to 18 hours left.
Right.
The average job, you're going to give them another 8 hours.
Right.
And you're going to tell them like, hey, I'll do that 8 hours for, what's that? $120.
Right. Absolutely not.
I'm going to come and work literally the meat of my day for you, as long as you give me $120, but then I get taxed on it.
Right.
So really, I'll come home with like a little over 100.
100%. It's fucked up, and that's why you and I both like.
And dude, you do that 5 days a week, you make $500 a week.
Yeah.
Tell me anywhere in this country right now, if it is just you don't have a car, you don't have anything, you have the bare necessities. Tell me you can live off $500 a week.
No.
You can't. You can barely live off $500 a week if you still live at home with your parents.
100%. It's sad, and it's It's disgusting that there's actually people out there who think that human beings don't deserve to be able to afford to live. That
And
human beings don't deserve to afford to go to the hospital and get healthy for free. None of us asked to be here. We all pay in. We all pay part of our income.
We literally all got put into this game of life, like unknowingly. And for the first what's the farthest back you can remember? Honestly.
I was just thinking this the other day. I was high as shit. And I was just thinking, it's like, okay, so we've existed our whole life, but then boom, one day we just start remembering shit.
Yeah.
That's wild.
The farthest back I can remember is one single memory of when I was 3 years old, I think. I was running around in a diaper and I just peed. And I remember my mom chasing me. But you want to know the craziest part about it? I remember in third person.
Oh, that's interesting.
So strange. So fucking strange. And it's weird because that's the farthest back memory that I can think of.
Yeah.
After that, I think I remember, I'll never forget that. When I was like 5, I went skinny dipping one summer day at my grandparents', and like my entire body got sunburnt.
Like,
my entire body got sunburnt.
Yeah, you had a fucking...
Bro, if you ever get a sunburn...
You had a burn on your worm.
If you ever get a sunburn in your genital area, I feel for you. Because that shit's no joke, bro. 5 years old, I had no idea what that shit did. I figured it out that day. That shit hurt. That shit hurt.
It hurted.
Shout out Grandpa DeLil, though. Coming through with the fresh aloe off the aloe plant.
No, but
that shit sucked. That shit sucked.
No, but like all that, like the work thing says is like, tells me, obviously not one single human being on this planet knows if we are living right. You know, we are all just trying to figure it out as we go. But all of that mind state that you and I have and share, it tells me that we're on the right path, you know? Like we live in the flow of life.
Oh, 100%, dude.
We take what it gives us and we go with it. But we also use our gift of being able to make choices and make decisions to decide what we do like and what we don't like, what we will stand for and what we won't stand for. And we consciously decide that we do not want to live a life that we hate. We are here for a limited amount of time. I'm a motherfucking limited edition, you know?
Yo, I saw this this quote the other day. Excuse me. And it said, nobody becomes successful unintentionally.
Mm-hmm.
In return, therefore, you have to live an intentional life.
100%.
Like, bro, you can't fall uphill.
Yeah.
You know, like you can't. Like, if you want something, you have to intentionally go after it.
Not to be a smart ass, but if you can't fall uphill, explain how the fuck I fall upstairs.
Because you clumsy, lanky motherfucker.
Anybody who's ever fallen up the stairs has to relate to this. You just be running up the steps and all of a sudden, boom, your face is hitting it.
Bro, dude, I'm telling you, when we were
kids with socks,
bro, I'm telling you, when it comes to that, I swear, these stairs are a living organism. They really be having little hands like, gotcha, motherfucker.
Oh, they be jumping up to trip you.
Bro, because I swear my foot be clearing that shit. And the next thing, I be, dunk.
I be almost forget how to walk.
I be almost picking my chiclets up off the fucking stair post.
Bro. No, but like I was saying like we live in the flow. Like we take life for what it brings us. And sometimes it's pretty, sometimes it's not. But you know what is real? We're not doing shit that we hate. We are not
That part.
We are not miserable based on our own actions. Do we have good days? Do we have bad days? Do we have in between days where we're just fucking blah and numb to everything? Yeah, like we're fucking human beings.
But guess what, dude? There's a term for that. It's called the human condition. That's what makes us human.
And we also give ourselves the space to be in there. We don't be like, oh, you're being a bitch today. We're like, okay, this is what you feel today. This is what it is. Take some time for yourself and relax. You know why? Because we create an environment where we don't stand for having to do that. Do you know what pushing through a bad mental state is going to do for somebody who has mental illness? It's going to make that mental state worse.
It's going to set them up for a bigger break farther on down the line.
Exactly. Take that time for yourself and refresh.
It may be that temporary Band-Aid to where you're like, I feel better.
Yeah.
Nah, bro, guess what? You just checkmated yourself.
Yeah.
You know?
And I'm not the type of person that can like fake it till I make it, you know? Like I'm not going to, I don't got to put on a fucking clown face for anybody.
Yeah, no. And plus like Russ says it best in his book, you know? I did a little deeper thinking about when he talks about this. All of us, all 7.8 billion of us, or however many, you know, like humans there are that populate this planet, dude, we're all just vessels. We are all just vessels experiencing the universe. That's it.
Yeah.
Why not tap into that raw energy that we are connected to?
Right.
And let it come through you.
100%. And it's so weird that like, obviously it took us a long time to get here from like this mental place, from the area, like the area that we're from. It took us a very long time to get here.
Well, dude, put it this way. Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah.
I think you said it on the last episode, you know, like, dude, you could put a shark in a fucking bowl this big and it will never outgrow that bowl.
Yep.
That's how I felt personally once I got out into the world, coming 100%. From our hometown. 100%. It was just like I was living in a bowl. Now I'm out in the sea.
Yep.
Like, damn, like, nah, I gotta grow.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, like, it took us like a long time to get to this mental place. But now that we're in this mental place of like living in that flow, and we're like, I cannot picture ever, like, because like you said, we're vessels in the universe experiencing everything for the first time in our known existence, you know? Yep. So I can never imagine just like this vessel, this experience of life. Like life is an experience, and I can never just imagine spending every waking second just working a job I absolutely fucking hate.
Bro, you want to get on some deeper shit on this shit? So if you want to get really deep on this, billions of years ago, these supermassive stars early on in the known universe's life explode, sending all sorts of elements scattered into space. A bunch of them combine and start spinning. Bang. Our galaxy's made. Right? And then smaller pockets of that same shit start spinning. Stars are made. Last time I checked, I don't know how many stars are in just our galaxy, but I think it was like billions or trillions.
There's 2 stars on y'all screens right now, just saying.
But like, yeah, there's like a billion or a trillion stars like just in our galaxy or some dumb shit like that, right?
Something crazy, yeah.
And then the stars are formed, so our sun's formed, and then the remaining shit around that star, mind you, all this stuff, all these new stars, all this new galaxy and everything is made from old stars.
Yeah.
Old stardust. And then planets get made, and then life is made. All from stardust. Like,
and like they're like, I'm a Christian, so like that's the explanation of like the Big Bang Theory. But to your point, who is to say that both can't exist? You know?
No. By no means. By no means. I'm not saying that both can exist.
No, I know.
But like my biggest thing. I'm sorry, I didn't finish my story. My biggest thing is like it gets that deep, right? Like if you believe in that side of it, it gets that deep. All that happened for you to worry about Becky not calling you back from the bar last night.
Or 100%.
Or you're mad.
Becky probably didn't give great Becky.
Or you're mad because your buddy got an opportunity and you didn't.
Sure, 100%.
You know, like you. I feel like a lot of people don't really like realize
the odds of us being
odds of them being here. And like they really like look at it and they're like, yeah, so it's like, bro, we shouldn't be here.
Oh, 100%. Like it is a miracle that we exist. And I don't want to spend this miracle 100%. I don't want to spend this fucking miracle of me existing chasing a fucking piece of paper.
Yeah, whether it be an almighty power and like the Big Bang is real and it's just the universe is a living being, or whether it be religious and there really is a God or whatever. No matter what, we are an anomaly.
100%. And that's all I was going to say to that point was like, I am a Christian. I do believe in God, but who's to say that the fucking Big Bang Theory didn't exist when God said, let there be light? That snap of the fingers that it did in the Bible or whatever. I don't know the whole story. I'm a Christian. I believe in God. I don't go to church, but who's to say when he snapped his finger, that didn't create the Big Bang? Like everything exists from an idea. Everything came from an idea.
Great short read. Side note, great short read. I will have to look up the author's name, but the title is called The Egg.
Oh, you told me about this shit. Don't say it again. That shit fucked my head.
No, I will not go into it, but if you have time, go online, search up a short story, The Egg. Check it out. Crazy perspective. Crazy perspective.
Dude, that reminds me. Do you remember that movie that you, me, and my brother watched that one time? Like Predetermination, Predestination, or some crazy shit where at the end of it, every single human being in the movie ended up being the same fucking person.
Fuck, what was that? It's the same precedence as that short story.
Yeah, that shit was mind fuck.
But dude, if you go back to like what I was saying earlier about like all of us just being vessels experiencing the universe, like if you really think about it, like all of I always love talking about this shit, especially when I'm stoned, because like I don't know, it just like it's interesting. All of us are really like just the universe. Like we are the universe in different perspectives, witnessing, feeling everything around us. And like think about it, like we have sight, we have touch, we have smell, we have taste. I'm missing one.
Sight, smell, taste, hearing.
Yeah. You know, we have all that to experience it.
If we're blessed with all of them.
Exactly. If we're blessed with all of them, and if that's what you believe in, you know, religions aside. But like,
it's bizarre that we even exist and people take that for granted. And like I said, some people use it to be upset. Like there is times like where shit's gonna get to you, you know, but
dude, 100%. Like
you also got to take into account.
Nobody is emotionless.
Yeah, and that's beautiful. Like it is beautiful that we have those emotions, and it's beautiful that we can experience every single amount of those emotions, because you're not gonna be happy if you never felt sad. You're not gonna be fucking excited if you never felt depressed. You know what I mean? You're not gonna be calm if you've never been anxious.
You can't have peaks without valleys. Exactly.
100%. And people will just be so fixated on one fucking thing, and that brings me to the all common phrase that I'm sure both of us have fucking gotten.
Oh boy.
Bro, you've changed.
I was just talking about this with Najee.
Are you fucking supposed to?
Bro.
I am at my core.
One of the harder pills to swallow in life is, whether you like it or not, when you start getting your shit together, it gets lonely and you start outgrowing people.
Yep.
Those are the biggest two things.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Somebody, it's not like you're like, I never want to be around that person again. No, it's not like that. It's just like, yo, listen, I still love you.
I still wish you well. It's
just our ideals and my priorities and your priorities, they don't align anymore. It's different. 100%. I'm still gonna fuck with you, but I'm gonna fuck with you from a distance. Like, we can still kick it, but we ain't gonna be kicking it like we used to. And there's nothing wrong with that. And like, if you're on the receiving end of that, like, you're the friend, you know, getting told like, yo, like, I gotta cut you off pretty much. Like, I gotta pull back. If you're truly a friend, you gotta understand that.
Yeah. And also, like, I say it like this, it's like, I'm at my core the same good-hearted person I've always been, but my mind has changed.
Oh, 100%, bro.
When
my views and everything on life and just the shit that goes on.
Yeah, like, different. I have been blessed to see and interact with tens of thousands of people. I've been blessed and been able to talk to more people than existed in the 100-mile radius of where we're from. And I realized,
not change.
Yeah, and I realized that not everybody in positions like that. There's a lot of small towns across this whole fucking world. And I understand that not everybody is able to experience that. But also, you are going to change the more stories you hear. You're going to see that the world does not exist the same way in all parts of the world. You know, like, so like, those people's world may be completely different than these people's world. And the world that I'm in now is a little bit of everything. And if people would just take and put everybody else's world in a little bit of their own world, I think we'd probably be a lot better off. But people only, I can fault people for not being humane, but I can't fault people for not knowing what they don't know. Like, you only know what you know, and you can only see what you see. But also, if you want to see more than what you see, you got to open your fucking eyes.
Dude, totally. Like, one of the things that made me chuckle when I first moved away from our area, the first time I came back. The first time I came back was 6 months after I'd moved away. I came back, it was for Christmas. And dude, I'm living in San Francisco, bro. I'm away from everybody. I get to recreate myself. I get to be truly who I aspire and who I know I am to be.
And become who maybe you didn't know you would be.
So I start doing that, you know. I pierce my nose. I get my second holes redone. I get my fucking industrial bar done. I get a bunch of tattoos. I grow a crazy facial beard. You know, like, I started.
You always had the beard, fucking lumberjack.
Yeah. I started getting
Fuck was that, bro?
I have no idea. I hope they're okay. I started getting crazy into fitness, and I remember when I came back, going out to the local bars, and like, people seeing me, and like, I'm not gonna toot my own horn, but like, I was definitely like coming into like my more prime. Like, I was starting to look very good, you know, like, through my eyes, and everyone's like, oh my God, like, you look like a model. And like, I was just like, bro, I've been gone for 6 months.
Right.
What are you talking about? They're like, just the way that you look, and like the way that you dress, and the way that you carry yourself. And it hit me. It occurred to me. If you come from the outside So like me coming back from San Francisco that way, I was in San Francisco for 6 months. I changed. I came back and now I'm new. And everyone's like, oh,
who are you?
Like, so this is what San Francisco does to you.
Yeah.
But if I would have done the same exact things that I did in San Francisco, back where we were from, people would look at me like I was batshit crazy.
Oh, 100%.
And they'd be like, why are you doing the things you do? Why are you dressing the way you dress? Why do you look the way you look?
Yeah.
You're weird. But because I did it somewhere else and came back, they're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And it's like, if that doesn't scream closed-minded, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. And we've both been open-minded individuals. Like we had to be to fucking
always curious.
Yeah.
Very, very curious, dude.
And I can't fathom not wanting to be that way. I can't fathom not wanting to understand why someone thinks the way they do. Like, I'm not saying we're both very opinionated human beings. I think I'm a little more vocal in my opinion than you might be. It's because I can't shut my fucking mouth.
Because you don't have a filter.
Yeah, like I just don't know.
Plenty of fights in men's basketball league.
Yeah, you're right. I don't have a filter. I can't filter myself. I don't know how. I say fuck more times than I can count on my fucking hands, but it just slips out. You know, it's not a control thing. It's not a lack of control thing. I can control myself very well, but when I start speaking, I'm a passionate human being, and the words that I think just come out of my fucking mouth. And
but see, also too, if you try not to like do that like shit and say fuck and all that thing, it feels weird. It feels unnatural. You know, like you are genuinely who you are. You know.
Yeah, and like I can't fathom you and I being any other way than this way. And I can't fathom being in the mind state where every single thing I do has to be filtered. And there's people that I know who live that way, who think I can't venture outside of this mind state because their mind state becomes their identity.
Yo, dude, you want to know who I want to shout out right now? Papa B.
Facts.
Shout out Poppy Bronson, because he is definitely, I know, obviously in your life, but my life as well, a huge figure that didn't force us, but gave us the necessary tools and opportunities to see outside of the box.
Yeah, he an icon.
Like, straight up, Papa Bizzle, like, love you to death. Like,
yeah, like those like we would have never seen like big city different cultures if we didn't go
like
to
your
we went
dad,
to Binghamton and played with those guys. We would have never seen outside of
like the main reason why
USA.
Why we got to go and play at the Boys and Girls Club in Binghamton was solely because of the connections your dad made.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, and like, dude, like we would literally go up there and like we would scrimmage them just for practice.
Yeah.
And we built that relationship. And the next thing you know, you, Patrick, and I are traveling to Niagara Falls. We're the only Caucasian people.
Yep.
Like that was the first time I know in my life that I had that opportunity and experience. And like that was a life-changing experience for me because my entire life, like, dude, growing up in a predominantly white, you know, like area and like being around colored people, especially like when your area is racist.
Yep.
And you kind of like at a very young age question those beliefs, like why? Like because they look different, that makes them different. Like, no, it doesn't. I remember one of my best friends when I was younger. I think I was like 7 or 8. His name was Sean. He had moved from Elmira and he was the only black kid in the class. And I remember befriending him because he had like lived right up the road from me.
Yeah.
For like 6 months, we would walk to school together and everything. And he was chill as fuck. And then I remember going, you know, to like my grandparents and shit, and then listening, you know, to all the bigotry and everything, just being like, Sean's cool as shit.
Yeah.
His mom is cool as shit.
Right.
Why do you think that they're like that? And I remember at a young age thinking that, but because of where we grew up, I could never really, voice my opinion at that young age, because people would be like, your opinion doesn't matter, you're a kid.
Right. And the area hasn't changed. Like, I'm in an interracial relationship now. And dude, I went home and we were talking, and I was literally walking across the fucking street, and somebody out their fucking window was yelling slurs.
Yeah.
It hasn't changed, and it's sad and it's fucked up. But like, even think about
it's
like think about that in a minor.
What?
Think about like what you just said, like about us going to like Niagara Falls and Binghamton and stuff and playing. How like even on a minor scale, and us being that young, we picked up some like terms and some ways of talking and some things to do, and how we came back and like we were implementing those into our lives because we were exposed to them. We enjoyed them, like we enjoyed those ways of life and that music and like different things. And people looked at us like we were batshit crazy.
And dude, you want to know what one lesson that I think resonated with me at the time, but I didn't really notice it until I had thought about it not too long ago? So up until the point until we went to Niagara Falls and everything, like my encounter with like black people and shit like that was always from like Binghamton or Elmira. And like me growing up the way I grew up with, it was never really reputable people, whether it be white, black, what have you not. And I remember when we went to Niagara Falls and like having those preconceived ideas and everything, like they're still there. Like, like that's how I was raised. You know what I'm saying? But like, obviously I see that they're wrong. But like, I remember when Bruce and his like entire family paid for everybody. And I remember thinking like, I feel like everything I've been told about anyone that's anyone isn't right.
Yeah, dude. And that's just like, I hate that people think that way. It's disgusting.
It's fucking like, dude, I don't know. I remember like hanging out with people back home and like going places and like them seeing, like a black person, Hispanic person, maybe an Indian person, like someone that just wasn't Caucasian, and just like for no apparent reason, racial slur.
Dude, and it didn't even stop there. Like anybody who was slightly overweight, anybody who was slightly underweight, anybody who came from that didn't like, anybody who wore slightly off clothing. If you were not the stereotypical middle-class American, and I use that in air quotes, you were ridiculed to the highest extent in that town.
Bro,
in that whole area.
Ridiculed. Like, bro, still no names, but like, look at my ex and the stuff that she had to go through. Just because she was different.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah. But yeah, dude, that's like all that shit going on there. Like, honestly, I had to cut some people off, dude.
Dude, I had to cut a lot of people off. And like, I don't know. I don't really use the term cutting someone off loosely.
Same. Like,
because like when I cut someone off, like that's it. Like if I see you, I'm gonna be civil.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna go out of my way to be a dick, but
like I'm not gonna act like you don't exist and shit like that. Like I'm still gonna treat you with respect and everything as long as you keep that same energy.
Yeah, again, it's the same thing as like I don't ever wish anyone anything negative. I don't ever wish ill intent on any single human being. But at the same time, yeah, I'll forgive people, but that doesn't mean I fuck with you.
No, yeah, exactly. It's like
I forgive you so you don't live in my head rent free.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like there's a lot of motherfuckers out there that have a lot of motherfuckers staying in a 1-bedroom studio inside their head.
Yo,
and they ain't paying no rent, and it's crowded.
Yeah, and I don't have the capacity to do that, and I don't. If I cut you off, you are not important enough to exist in my mind. If I see you, I'll say what up. If you say what up first, I ain't gonna go out of my way. And that doesn't make me arrogant. That doesn't make me cocky. That makes me at peace with myself. That makes me at peace with the environment, because I don't need any motherfuckers around me that don't need me. And I also don't need motherfuckers around me that are going to bring me negative energy, you know?
Nah, exactly. Like, I don't know. Like, I like to believe that cutting people off comes easily, but it doesn't, obviously. Because sometimes, no matter how much we don't want to see it, like, it's the better thing to do to cut people off. You know what I'm saying?
It's yeah. I mean, it's easy to me personally.
Dude, I don't know if it's just because like what I dealt with like when I was growing up and all that shit. But like I feel like cutting people off to me, especially like if they've been there. Yeah, I don't know. Like dealing with like cutting people off has always been difficult to me, especially if someone's been there for like some sort of event that's happened in my life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if you're just there and like you're just kind of like kicking everything, like I don't have a problem cutting you off, but like if you're there and like you've helped me or like we've shared like a deeper bond, like I think it's from more like childhood like traumas and like the abandonment like shit.
That's fair.
But like I don't know, like once I like connect with somebody, it's just kind of like I don't want to cut them off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
So I don't know, like with like a really good friend that I just had to cut off recently, you know, like we had a past and like everything was going like good until it wasn't, and then it was just like damn, you know, like it gets to a certain point to where some people you hang on to them for all the wrong reasons, and then you realize that they're the last thing holding you to that anchor that's holding you down from your true like not essential like full growth, but even like levels of growth. Like you have to lose certain things, certain people, certain like attributes and shit like that in order to grow.
100%.
You know, like
sometimes some people are like meant to be there to help you get through something, and they're supposed to be there for a time, but not a lifetime, you know? And that's okay. Like, it doesn't mean that you have ill intent towards them, but sometimes they have not grown at the same pace that you've grown, or they have
not
created toxicity where you have fixed yours, you know?
Exactly. Like the way that I look at it is with any relationship, friendship, boyfriend, girlfriend, spouses, shit like that. If you can't grow singularly but cohesively, you won't make it.
100%. And there's
because like you aren't the same fucking plant. You aren't the same person. Like you're gonna have your own life outside of your significant other, your friends and shit like that. Like, dude, I have multiple friend groups.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? So like
it's you're going to meet people, you're going to be around people. Some of them are meant for the long haul, some of them aren't. And I think if even your friendships, like relationships is obvious, like you got to communicate along the way, but I think friendships are the same way, and people don't realize that. People get to a certain point with friends where they expect them to like react the same way that they are going to, and then all of a sudden if you have a difference in opinion, then they either suddenly are mad at the friend or whatever, and they don't openly talk through why they disagree. Ooh. And they also,
here's a good question for you. Sorry to cut you off. Keep going.
No, I'm just saying, like, they don't talk through why they disagree, and they just expect them to agree with them, and they expect that they're going to have the same opinion on everything. And I think the beauty of friendship and relationships is sometimes a difference in opinion, because that difference in opinion is going to open up your mind to another perspective. And you may not always agree with that other perspective, but you can at least respect that other perspective. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Like agreeing and respecting a perspective is commonly misconstrued.
100%.
Because I feel like if someone feels like, oh, I'm respecting this, it means I'm agreeing with it. It's like, no, it's just you're agreeing to disagree. You still stand by your opinion. Yeah. You are seeing their opinion, and that's it. That's the end of the story.
Yeah, and so sometimes, like I said, that's a beautiful thing, and I think
I
that's
feel like that's what makes you and I click so much.
yeah, like
We have, I'd say, probably like 90% beliefs similar.
Mm-hmm.
And then
there's
you
other
always
ones where we're
have,
like, nah.
yeah, it's like, nah, it's like, no, like, I don't see it that way. And we're always like, cool.
Yeah, and people also haven't like from the outside, people also don't see like the ups and downs like in our friendship.
There's
Like,
definitely been very, very low downs and very, very high ups.
yeah, like there's been times where we fucking don't speak to each other for a year and a half.
Yes. Yes.
There's been times we don't speak to each other for months, and it's
Bro, there's been times where I was straight up sending you death threats
literally
over Netflix.
fucking Netflix, dude.
Over Netflix.
Stop using my fucking Netflix, bro. I didn't even know your Netflix was hooked up, bro. I just clicked on my Xbox and Mark's Bobby, fuck. I just clicked on my Netflix and fucking Bobby's texting me screaming at me. I'm like, bro, I'm high. I didn't even know I did that.
But dude, that just goes to show what one, mental health can pull out of you.
Mm-hmm.
And two, what are real friends made of.
100%. Like you,
because like if you were anybody else, you would have taken that personally.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't have seen like, yo, he's going through something. He's struggling.
Yeah.
I just need to like let him do him, and like when he's ready, he's gonna come to his senses. He's gonna be like, yo, I fucked up. And what did I do? It took me a minute.
Took you a hot fucking minute.
It took me a minute, but I came to my senses. I was like, yo, I'm sorry.
Yeah, took him a hot minute.
I kind of went overboard. But like also I feel like if that shit wouldn't have happened, because like it's not like, oh, I only, you know, like didn't talk to you for like a year and a half. Like, dude, there's been stints where like you and I don't talk for like a month or two. Yeah. Just because like we get in a disagreement and shit like that. But if shit like that didn't happen, you and I wouldn't have as strong as a bond.
100%. Like it's like you're gonna say some dumb shit, I'm gonna say some dumb shit, but at the end of the day, it's like, yo, like this shit's happening, then I got you, and vice versa. And
but
also,
at the same time, like you and I are both so fucking stubborn.
Yeah.
That when we do get in disagreements, and like sometimes it does get to like a heated point, like we'll both like just be like, you know, like cool.
Yeah.
And then like time will go by, but I know you think similarly to the way that I think. We start putting ourselves in each other's shoes.
Yep.
100%. To see each other's perspective.
100%.
Because if you stay in your own viewpoint, you aren't going to see anything besides, can you guess
your
it?
Viewpoint.
Your viewpoint.
Yeah.
You have to put yourself in another person's viewpoint in order to get a different side of the story. And I honestly feel like that's a big thing that a lot of people need to understand is okay, especially when you do it and it changes your outlook on things.
100%. And also like sometimes and my thing always is like, it may not change my mind. It may not change your mind, but it can get to a place where you have this reason why you believe what I believe. Who the fuck am I to change your beliefs if you have all these reasons to believe it? You know what I mean?
And not only that, like even if like what the discussion is like, and like you see it from my perspective and it doesn't change your opinion, you're at least more educated. But yeah, like even if you don't agree with someone's opinion and you respect it and it doesn't change your viewpoint, you're more well informed 100%. On that, you know? And like, isn't really that like one of the main principles of life is like, why would you ever want to stop learning?
100%. The second that you stop learning is the second you're done.
Exactly.
The second that the second that you think that you are the best that you'll ever be, you won't grow anymore. You won't learn anymore. You won't achieve anymore because you already think you're the best. I think like Kobe, RIP, was the best example of that. You know, like he had accomplished everything he could have example. What?
It was funny that you said Kobe because I was thinking about Kanye and it reminded me of that commercial where he's like, how many records? More records. But I'm the best. But are you an animal in the same beast? What the fuck does that mean, Kobe Bryant? You're welcome. Like, it just reminds me of that because it's just like, no matter what, like you just said, like you keyed in on Kobe. Like Kobe was the biggest fucking example of that.
Literally, he had already accomplished everything he could have done. Tore his Achilles, never came back the same player, right? But you know what? He studied the game to change his game to be the best player he could be. Did he ever come back the same? No, he didn't. But he came back the best player he could be. And that's what human beings should do, is be the best human being you can be, to know as much that you can possibly know and use that information as needed.
Yep.
You will never be always right, but also you'll never be always wrong.
He was like, bro, think of it this way. If you have 10 people stand on an X, right? And have them look in an image.
Shit, I wish they would. Just kidding.
Like, it could just be a plain blue square, right?
Yeah.
And one out of those 10 people could remain on that X, right? And the other 9 could walk around.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously on the backside of the square, completely different. Because that one person did not move from that X, did not expand their horizon,
Mm-hmm.
they will forever argue that all that is a blue square.
Yep. 100%.
Like, I don't know how much more simpler I can make it.
Yeah, that's on point. It's 100% accurate, and it's mind-boggling to me that human beings don't want to.
This is
no. Well, light another one. Damn, you getting this faded at brunch? How you gonna be at dinner?
I ain't making it dinner, bro.
Oh, you're taking a post brunch nap?
Nah, I'll just say, like, mentally, I ain't making it dinner. I'll be there, but
You'll be there, but you won't be there.
I'll be checked out.
Someone's gonna have to fill you in on how it went.
It's Thursday, bro, and I'm thirsty.
So, but you best go get another bottle of champagne. Pop them bottles.
Here. Cabs are here.
Cabs are here. No, but it's I will say, like, as far as like that growing, cutting people off, like all in our whole journey, like I am proud of the human beings that we have become.
Oh, most definitely, bro.
We ain't there yet, but we getting there.
But dude, one of the craziest things too is I took this mindset on not too long ago, and it's really made me rethink a lot of relationships that I've had with a lot of different people. Take emotion, completely strip it. Like, your feelings are always going to be biased towards somebody, right?
Sure.
Take feelings, completely strip it from them, and look at them from a viewpoint of they are brand new. Yeah. And when you look at a lot of people, the old on a pedestal, you see that they are very, very, very average.
Yeah.
And it's you that are really gassing them up, you know?
Facts.
And if you can pull yourself into that mindset to do that, those people that you find on that pedestal, why are they on that pedestal?
Right. I think that people are all people. You know, like we glorify some people, we ridicule some people, but at the end of the day, we're all fucking people.
And that's the craziest thing too, is because there's this common saying that goes around is the most beautiful people are the most insecure.
Yeah.
Why? And everyone will say it's because they care. And everyone will say it's because they care. Well, what do they care about? Their self-image. No.
They care about what people think.
Yeah. It's the consumer that cares about their self-image.
Mm-hmm.
All that person, like all these influencers and shit like that, all they care about is curating and tending to their niche market.
100%. And it's wild to me that, like, I want to say it's wild because, like, it makes sense. It takes a special kind of person to be able to, like, confidence is such a rare thing that it takes a special kind of person to be able to just be like, all right, fuck y'all's opinion. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But also, like, if people worked on that, I think they could all get there. Like, I don't influencers, they're so insecure at times, but they are so good at making themselves seem confident that the second that they are approached with confrontation, they crumble. And it's sad, really, because, like, a lot of times the influencers. Let me ask you this before I go on that tangent. And I can't say for all influencers, I only know a handful. I'm sure you probably know a handful too. How many influencers that you know that actually make a living off of being an influencer actually started trying to be an influencer? That it didn't just, like, fall in their lap. Not that if did that not saying they didn't put in work for it to fall in their lap.
No, it just kind of happened.
Right. And that's what I'm saying is, like,
they just gradually, like, they consistently did what they were doing, and they just a following followed.
Exactly. So, like, when you
like, there's really no rhyme or reason. There's no chemical formula to this shit.
Yeah, and that's
like the algorithm in itself is life.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I'm saying.
Like, whether you pop or not is, like, solely up to, dude, consistency. Honestly, consistency and just, like, research.
100%. And that's what I'm saying is, like, there's a major talent in being an influencer, for one, but also when you become that and you're not intending to become that, and all of a sudden you start having, like, hate comments come your way, how hard that has to be to not let that get to you. Because you didn't. What's that?
What did you say?
I said, so, like, when you're an influencer and it happens like that, where you're not trying to be an influencer, and then all of a sudden you have all these negative comments coming your way, and you have all this negativity and hate coming your way. And that when it was never your, like, intention to be an influencer, you were just suddenly, like, not suddenly, but through consistency became successful. Then all of a sudden there's all these people downplaying you, hating you, talking shit about you and your image. And this was never your thing. So you never built up that thick skin. How hard that has to be on the receiving end of those.
I agree. But at the same time, like, we talked about this last episode, you know, like, every one of those comments that comes out of hate is just coming from something deep down inside of the person on the other side of that screen.
Oh, 100%.
Because you can't just go look at something that someone did and the first thing that pops to your mind is just negative.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't work like that.
No.
So a lot of the times, you know, when these people just start becoming influencers, like, dude, look at Kels.
Yeah,
like, bro, some of the shit that she's told me about stuff that she's been through, I'm just like, are you serious? She's like, yeah, dude. Like, dude, being an influencer can get weird.
Oh, I'm sure. The amount of fucking
there's weird.
Especially, I mean, I'm a dude, and the amount of weird fucking creepy DMs that pop in my requests, is bizarre. So I cannot.
Unsolicited dick pics, bro.
Yeah, dude. That's what. Yeah. So I cannot imagine what it's like to be a woman.
Let alone if you are an attractive woman.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm a dude and I get this shit. I'm the regular.
Bro, think about this. There are men and women that pay money monthly to see someone they will never meet. And if they do, it will maybe be for seconds at most.
Yep.
And they pay money to see them in thongs.
Yeah.
Like straight up pay money so they can see.
It's bizarre,
bro,
but also,
you below the seller.
Yeah, like it's bizarre, but also like that shit's always happened. Like think back to fucking Playboy, dude. Like that shit's always happened. Now you can just fucking see more people in thongs.
Bro, you can straight up go on to Instagram and
I'd like erotica, like watching it and seeing it. Like I don't think it's a thing that should be like frowned on.
No,
but like it's weird to me that people get so like aggressive with their messages and like the conversation when there's literally like, bro, why are you sending it to some fucking stranger when there's literally fucking chat rooms and phone numbers you can call to say whatever the fuck you want to?
Bro, I'm telling you, I had this idea. All right. There should be a law to where if you send out some outlandish shit, right? You say some just fucked up shit, and the person that you say it to is like, why'd you say that?
Yeah.
You have to meet them face to face. Or, hear me out, or spend 30 days in jail.
Oh. But that wouldn't, I mean, that'd be funny as shit. Like, that'd be a great reality TV show. But like, if that'd be actually, I would watch that. I would subscribe to whatever streaming service.
Maybe 30 days is like overkill. But
no, I'm just saying it would.
The principle behind it is like, bro, people are keyboard warriors for a reason. It's because they get on there to solely get under people's skin.
Oh, 100%.
Like, I don't know, they get off on that.
It's fucking weird. It's funny. It's funny.
It's funny, but it's weird.
100%. Okay, so you gotta ask. Where you have a new single coming out, right?
I do.
Or did it already drop?
No, it's coming out on the 20th. Okay. August 20th, a couple Fridays from now.
Okay.
It's called Right Here.
Called Right Here.
Yep.
All right, is that a single off a project or?
No, that's not a single off a project right now. Right now, I'm just really focusing on getting singles out and just more material, building my catalog.
Okay.
So that way, when the project does drop, because I do have a project in the works, when the project does drop, I do have a.
You have a catalog.
Yeah, I have more of a built catalog. You know,
makes sense.
20 songs looks better than 10.
Oh, 100%. So like, are you actively working on shit right now? Like, what have you, like this week, what is your creative output look like this week?
This week, let's see, on Friday, I'm going to go try to get some video material, for an upcoming video.
Hell yeah.
Other than that, I have a verse that I have to write. I've been looking for new beats. Everything sounds the same.
If you a producer, send some beats.
Straight up, if you a producer, send some beats.
You got a verse to write for that track from me?
Yeah, exactly. That's the verse I'm talking about.
That shit's about to slap.
My email will be in the information below. If you're a producer, send some beats. Rise will be down there too. Be different, bro. Be different. Like, don't send the normal fucking hi-hats with a nice drum roll with an 808.
100%. So like,
be different.
So I gotta ask this because you've been telling me, and I don't know that the world knows this yet. Is a Bobby Matt's full length project coming? Because I know we started at the top of 2020, both of us doing the weekly releases.
Yep.
And then I know that you kind of went into album mode a little bit after that.
Yeah, I went album mode shortly after the quarantine hit. Had a big switch up. You know, you went back to Iowa. Uber went back to New York. It was just Kish and I. So that was definitely a big up. That was definitely a big change up, and I was just stuck at home. I had no like outside influence coming into like helping my creativity.
Sure.
So it was like, damn, like how do I write a song? Like how do I get creative? How do I get in a mindset?
Yeah.
To write a song when I'm literally experiencing the same thing every day. So I'm like, fuck it, let's get into album mode.
Yeah, fair. So what should we expect to see that?
But that being said, I would say that project is going to be somewhere hindsight of early 2022.
Okay, so we getting there.
Yeah.
We getting close to the Bobby Matt's project that we haven't seen yet.
Yeah, I mean, we've only had the mixtape. That's it.
Yeah, that shit doesn't even exist anymore, does it?
It doesn't. I think it's still on SoundCloud.
Shout out SoundCloud.
You go to SoundCloud, type in Bobby Matts, you might be able to get the OG mixtape.
Bro, I hope people don't like do a deep dive into our shit and somehow find shit that doesn't exist anymore.
Bro, I hope they do.
I hope they don't. That shit.
I hope they do just so they can be like, yo. Yeah, these motherfuckers been doing this for a minute. They put in the work.
That shit used to be wild.
Oof, some of the early shit, bro. That shit bopped.
I wouldn't say bops.
That shit bopped in the moment. That shit bopped.
In the moment, we thought that was the hottest shit ever. And then, so we got the Bobby Matt's project coming. He got some singles coming. And then
you got a project coming too, don't you?
Well, so I just put out the Application of Love project in June.
Yeah.
That one ended up doing really well. It's
that one. What did it rank?
That one hit number 16 on the charts. And I'm not like, I don't play too much into the numbers,
baby. Sweet 16, baby.
Yeah, like I don't play too much into the charts, you know, like I try not to get too hyped on or too engulfed in numbers. I think a lot of artists and a lot of people, like with social media, they get really hooked on that whole serotonin rush and that dopamine rush when they get their likes and the numbers. So I try not to play into that and look at that too much. That doesn't mean I'm not checking my Spotify for artists 40 times a day, because I am. But yeah, it's about to hit 75,000 plays overall.
Let's go.
The lead single "Till the World Ends" just hit 50,000 today.
Okay.
And I'm getting ready to do the deluxe edition of that. I've got a remix of one of the more popular songs on there coming out. It's the In My Head remix. Shout out Mark Battles because he hopped on the remix and his verse is sick.
Filthy, guys. Filthy.
Yeah. And I got a few tracks that fit the vibe of the project, but I wanted to keep the first one very concise. And then these extra tracks that I'm putting on there could have been singles, but I felt that, especially with the time of year that I'm putting out on, I think music coincides with a vibe of the weather and just the timing of year and the way people are feeling. So I think it'll do very well when the deluxe comes out. It's going to have 6 or 7 extra songs on it. It's got the No Hook Part 2 with Bobby Mass on it.
Yes, sir.
No Hook Part 1 was a banger, so we had to do a Part 2. And for pretty much every project in the future, I think we're going to do a continuation of no hooks, just a straight bars that we don't need a hook. We just go through, just say some reckless shit. Whether they're
so much fun to make those, especially we've only done 2. It's fun.
Yeah,
it's like the beginning of an empire.
Oh, I forgot. That shit was a banger. I will say, like that.
If you haven't checked out Beginning of an Empire, get on YouTube and check that shit out.
Bobby, bitch. Bro, do you remember performing that?
How can I forget?
Do you remember the time you blacked out performing it?
I mean, I blacked out, so no, I don't remember it. But
So, okay. So let me just, to the people who have been longtime fans of us, you might have been at this show. You might not have been. Ryan Bronson and Bobby Matt shows are a fucking time. It's a party. It's connective. It's relationship building. You know, like there's a lot of good times, a lot of humane times, and then on occasion we get a little bit ratchet. And I use the term,
just a little bit.
And I use the terms on occasion and a little bit loosely. Where the fuck were we? We were in Omaha, Nebraska. And we were on tour with Moosh and Twist. And Bobby decides, hey, Rye, remember that time you got shitted in LA and went on stage? I'm going to do this. Meaning when I say he decided, meaning he didn't tell me and just ended up doing it.
That's me.
So the way this tour started, well, the way that it was formatted, like both of us, like we had one time slot, but we shared the set. So Bobby would go on first, do his solo tracks, and I would come in second, and he would bring me on for a track that he was featured with. And this particular show, we called an audible. We were like, instead of doing this song where you bring me on for, we're going to scratch that and we're going to throw it back to Beginning of Empire because YouTube had some really good analytics on that track from Omaha. So we do it, right? And we had a bottle with us. And then for some reason, Bobby decided before to go on stage, he's like, let's go do a few fucking shots. I didn't know that he drank most of the bottle beforehand. So I swear as soon as Beginning of an Empire came on, his shots must have hit him. Bro, you would think we were playing bumpy cars because this asshole kept bumping into me. Made me trip over the mic cord. Made me knock over my fucking drink on stage. So I'd cottonmouth the whole set. He gets to the part where he's supposed to say like, Bobby bitch. It's Bobby bitch. Not even fucking making words. I told him to go get water because I was pissed off at this point. He somehow pulled it together for the rest of the set because he goes off stage before we come back for like our finale, you know? So I was not sure that he was going to come back on stage because typically speaking, if he drinks a lot and he goes and sits down, he's not getting back up. Like typically speaking, that's usually how this goes. If he sits down, he drinks too much, he's sitting down, he's going to bed, he gets fucking high, he's doing some other dumb shit and not coming back and doing whatever. So I'm full on assuming he's not coming back on stage. So I'm like preparing because we didn't have a DJ this tour. So I'm up there by myself having to run the set myself because he's luckily was sobering up. And yeah, I forgot about this other detail. There was a song, I hope it doesn't exist anymore when I mention the name of the song. There's a song called Used To that was on his first mixtape where we would like throw water into the crowd, right? And while he was shitted, I don't think he remembers it, but I told him about it, so that's why he's over there laughing. I had the part where we would spray water. We would either put holes in the tops and spray it, or I would just put like a little bit of water left in and just like splash it like it's fucking SeaWorld or something. Not Bobby. He takes a quarter bottle of Ciroc and it just goes all over the fucking crowd. Not water, pure liquor. Sprays it.
Hell yeah!
Everywhere. And that was the last time Bobby's taking Ciroc on stage.
That was such a good time. I remembered it.
Was it a good time? Because I don't feel very compelled. because I almost got knocked off stage. Literally every time I went to jump, every time I went to start rapping, bumping into. And at the time, I was like, the way my brother would call me, Flat Stanley. And Bobby was...
Bro, you would blow away in the wind.
And Bobby was not Flat Stanley.
No, it was not. I was Flat and Stanley. Shit.
Yeah, so I damn near got flattened. But that also reminds me of the time I had to pull over on the highway so he could puke out Fireball. But
oh, what a time to be alive. That shit was rough coming up.
Oh, the video still exists on YouTube. Go look up one of the fucking tour life videos. You hear his yak hitting the concrete. We've had some adventures.
But
I'm hoping.
But that, I feel like that's a good place to conclude it, my guy.
Yeah, I do think that's a wrap. I do think that we should make it very aware that we are actively, when it's safe, hopefully trying to tour again. We want to come interact with you guys, but we are hearing word like it's a very competitive time out there for venues. Nobody's been touring for a year and a half, and it looks like places could shut down again as far as venues go. Unfortunately,
they don't. Let's hope they don't.
Praying that they don't, but we're working diligently to try to get back on the road to come see y'all.
Yes.
And
like Rye asked, I do have a new single coming out August 20th. It is not this Friday, it is next Friday.
Yeah, make sure you guys go pre-save that.
Pre-save link is in my Instagram @_ BOBBYMATTS @ Bobby Matt on Instagram.
Yep.
Link is in my profile for the pre-save for the new single. Drops August 20th.
Yep.
On all platforms right here. Working on the video for it right now.
It's a banger. Make sure you go cop it.
Yes. New material every month until the end of the year. On my part, I know that. Ryan and I were talking about it. I know he's got some more stuff coming out here soon.
Yeah, stay tuned for that release date for the Mark Battles remix, and stay tuned for the deluxe date. And then after the deluxe, I got some new shit dropping every month as well. So.
Yes, sir. And I know it's way, 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 way ahead, but us being us, we have planned it. We're already into 2022, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
So we're excited for that. So definitely, I hope y'all are excited and are still with us.
Yeah,
that comes.
Yeah, and I am playing a show in Iowa City on August 26th with a dude named Second Chance. And I do have a few other dates in the works as of right now. Hopefully trying to coordinate with Bobby to get him out there for him.
Yes, sir.
And we just trying to navigate this pandemic the same way you guys are. So at this time of the pandemic, like it is, if you guys are streaming and buying and playing our records, us as artists right now, like everybody's been affected highly by this pandemic, but you guys clicking play on the records is helping feed us. So
yes, it is huge. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts.
Yeah, without you guys
honestly,
clicking play,
you don't understand what that one press of play does for us, especially if you press play and you share it with one person.
100%. Like it's
if you just press and play in your car alone, that's enough. But man, if you share it with one person, that's crazy.
Yeah, and not only us, like it's for all artists. Like you guys push and play on streaming, like it's helping to keep music alive in this time. And I know, along with Netflix and streaming and like digital media, like all forms of media are pretty much imperative to helping everybody get through this time. So we appreciate you guys a lot.
So yes, from the bottom of our hearts, thank you so much. And thank you for tuning in to episode
Thank you for
2.
joining us for brunch. We will be back next week, every Sunday. And
every Sunday. So please.
Next time we'll try to eat with you.
Yeah, we'll try to eat, you know.
Don't give us some pancakes though. We don't want those.
But as always, be fashionably late, but don't miss brunch.
Absolutely.